To care about yourself is to care about the world. If you just think about that for a moment, if you care about yourself and you look at that like the world, because you are a piece of the world, you are a body part of the human race. So if you ever notice something, on your body, you have a lot of different parts. You have your toes, you have your feet, you have your legs, thighs, and your torso, all that kind of stuff. Middle parts, and your arms, and your hands, and your neck, and your head, and your ears, and your eyes, and your mouth, and your nose, and your hair. A lot of parts to you. And if you notice something, the brain, being the center of command, gives instructions or commands to the different parts, and they operate like foot move, hand move, finger move. It can tell a whole hand or just a part of a hand to do certain things. This finger, that finger, that finger. These are three parts. That finger, this finger. This is a whole part of many parts, all following the command of one thought, one idea. One thought is saying, hand operate. Okay, this hand go down, and we'll put this hand up, and it's following same way. Thumb, fingers, they're moving. Everything is following the command from a central point. Why? Because it's a principle. You are many parts connecting to a single principle. And your body does unto each part of the body as it would have the other part do unto it. It assists the body in all type of ways. Whatever happens, it's there. If something was to scratch you, your hand grabs it. If something happens to you, your body attempts to secure itself. Many parts securing the whole. What am I getting to here? I'm saying that the body has hundreds, maybe thousands of parts that work up under one command center. One thought process operates the entire body. Now, if this is the God concept, Him being the creator of all things, and especially this human being thing, then shouldn't we follow that example? I would say yes. Meaning that we need a center command post for the body to attach itself to and follow its instructions. And that would be a center point. That would be a principle that we all can say, I'm in agreement with that. That principle right there, I can agree with. Here's what I'm saying to you. If we can agree with any one thing, we have a starting point where we all agree. What have we just done? Eliminated division. We found something that we all can say, I agree with that. I don't care whether you're Catholic, Muslim, Baptist, Protestant, whatever you are, Hebrew, I don't care what you are. If it's one thing that we can agree on and stand with that, we've got a place to begin. We've got a place to be, a place that we all agree, a place that is the same for all human beings, not different races, not different processes for different races. It's one concept of the same. I think that that principle is do again unto others as you would have them do unto you, as you would have done unto you. Meaning that you would do for someone what you'd like to see done for you in the same situation. So if you care about yourself, then you care about the world. As much as you care about yourself, care about the entire world the same way. Because you need the whole world, because you never know where you're going to be, and another part of you that is a part of the human being experience can be there to do for you what you would want done for you. To do unto you what you would want done unto you in certain situations, such as poverty. If you're in poverty, you wish somebody would help you out of it. You would like for somebody to help you out of it. And if you ever became rich and you saw somebody in poverty, they would look at you and wish that you would help them out of it. Lift them up. Everybody standing on a principle. All parts of the body standing on one principle, doing unto others as you would have them do unto you. Ain't that something? Now, we can call that God, because that's a principle of God. Matter of fact, that is the principle of God. That's one of the first commandments. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. If it's the first commandment and it's God's commandment, then it is God. They said the word was God and God was the word. And see, God and the word, same thing. Do unto others as you would have done unto you. You wouldn't want nobody to come robbing your family and killing them, so don't do it unto others. You want nobody to come breaking in your house and stealing from you, so don't do that to nobody else. You don't want nobody lying to you about being in love with you or doing a certain thing for you that you're expecting, so don't do it unto others. Don't do it unto them. It's reciprocity. I think I'm saying it right. The giving and receiving of people, of all people, for the world to operate in unison as a body, as one body with a command center of doing unto others as you would have done unto you. Now, I'm saying all that for a reason, because I'm getting somewhere. The reason I'm going into that part and veering so far off from everything that we was talking about in regard to why the police shooting and killing unarmed black men, women, and children. Now I want to back up and go back into that a little bit. It's because we're a bunch of dry bones, shaking and rattling, but won't do nothing about it. Won't do what about it? Won't attack the police? No, that's not what I'm talking about. That's not what we need to do. We need to clean up our own communities like we said we would do at the Million Man March. We need to clean up our own homes. We need to clean up our own lives. We need to clean ourselves up. We need to clean up our thoughts. We need to change. And the only way to do that is to stop in our tracks doing what we're doing. And get on a single principle, something that we all can agree on, and attach ourselves to that. And when we do that, we create unity of a principle, knowing that this is right for everybody, not somebody, not a few people, but everybody, anybody. There's a guy right now that lives up under a bridge not far from me. And I envision the day when people are almost having accidents trying to stop to help him, because everybody feels like doing unto others as you would have them do unto you. He would get so much help that it would just probably scare him to death. We have to be careful with that being too good. People be paranoid. They wouldn't believe it in this world. So now let's go back. Let's go all the way back. Why are the police shooting, killing, choking, and all the other ways they're killing black people? Why are they doing this? Why is this happening? And why is it happening constantly? Why is it continuing to happen every day? Why is it that black people, as a result of that, are starting not to care about these consequences and becoming more violent even with the police? I was watching that the other day in the news. I was like, wow, they're getting bolder. They don't even care about dying anymore. They're being killed so much that they've gotten used to death. They're getting used to killing and dying. Not just killing, but dying too. It's this is a very dangerous situation that we all are in, whether we know it or not. And the only thing it can boil down to is some type of slaughter of human beings that just don't understand. They just don't understand. We just don't understand what we are doing to ourselves. Is it just black people? No. It's perpetrated by many people. It's everybody. We're all in this conspiracy. But focusing on black, maintaining my black perspective here, I'm going to just talk about blacks a little bit more and get to the core of the abyss. We're deep down in the abyss. Matter of fact, we're in the bottom of the abyss. But white people and others, don't get confused. You're in the abyss too. We're all in the abyss. We're just at the blacks in America. We're just at the bottom of it. We're all in the pus. We're all a part of the disease. Everybody. We're all in this belly of the beast. We are the beast. So, with all that being said, let's look at this now. Police killing black people because black people in America don't care about their lives, even though they say that Black Lives Matter, because they're killing each other 100 times as much as the police are. So, do black lives really matter? Even if there was justice, would there really be peace? See, true justice is not the Justice Department. It's the justice coming from us toward each other. Are we treating each other just? No. We treat each other pitiful. We rob, steal, kill, and lie to each other. And then want to get mad when somebody else does the same thing back to us from outside. And I can understand that. Of course, we're going to get mad. But we got to consider that we're the ones that are attracting this violence against us with our own violence against us called black on black crime. What is black on black crime? Starts with poverty. What is poverty? Lack, not having the things that you need and or want. Especially need food, shelter, clothing. Not being able to maintain your needs because you don't have the opportunity. A few slip through here, there, and the other. We know that. But the majority, the mass, for the masses and the few that slip through, that's just window dressing so that we all can look at it and say, hey, we can make it. But if it all boils down and everybody was to do what they scream on the television and the radio every day, well, if you get an education, you can get a good job. Well, if everybody, all black people got a good education, could we all get a good job in America? All of us that say we all got on the same page on that principle and said, okay, we all going to get a good education. Will there be enough jobs in America for that to happen? No. Still going to suffer. There's still going to be crime. The opportunities are limited. There's only so much you can do with this scarcity of opportunity for us. So that leaves a scarcity of hope, which turns a person and a people or a community into a place where they don't care, frustrated, tired, disgusted, don't like your life, don't like yourself, angry at the way things are going, can't pay your bills. Boyfriend, husband, hustling, slinging, in the penitentiary or dead. Mother raising children, boys and girls, without a father, on food stamps, angry, disgusted. It's a pitiful life. They got a movie I call It's a Wonderful Life. They should make the real movie. It's a pitiful life. That's a pitiful life. When you can't take care of your family, when you can't take care of yourself, when you can't pay your bills. It's pitiful. So with that being said, you get angry. And now you want to do something about it. And you try to figure something out. And a lot of times we try to figure out, the right thing to do, the best thing that we can do that's right. We try to get as close to being right as possible. And a lot of times you find out that there's nothing right that you can do. The only thing that you can do in certain situations is something wrong. And now it's decision making time. Yeah. In the valley of decision, every moment of the day. Dry bones, shaking and rattling. Can't get up. Don't have an opportunity. Not connected. Nothing to connect to. Everybody got a difference of opinion about so many different things that nobody can get together about no one particular thing so that we could all do something together. Instead, we all doing our own thing. Shaking and rattling. Can't get up. Black folks in the abyss. Stuck. Shaking and rattling now. Do you know what I mean when I say shaking and rattling? What does that mean? That means that you're screaming and you're hollering like everything fine. Man, I got it going on, my nigga. I'm straight. Shaking and rattling. Dancing, having a good time. I know I'm doing good because I'm doing better than you. That's how we rate doing well. Long as I don't care how bad you're doing, long as I'm doing better than you, I'm doing fantastic. I'm doing better than you. What you talking about? I'm shaking and rattling. Can't get up. Don't need to get up. Long as I shake and rattle. Shaking and rattling. Black folks in the valley of decision at all times, 24/7, around the clock. Trying to figure out how I'm going to make these ends meet. You know they're not going to meet. You know the ends are never going to meet because you're shaking and rattling and you won't come together. So there are no ends to meet. The ends that must meet are the ends meeting of the community and the nation of Black America. If you understand what I'm saying. Let me give you another example. I know I'm jumping all over the place, but watch this. Let's say, for example, let's look all over the nation as we shake and rattle. You're shaking and rattling. What's got you shaking and rattling? Got a little something. What you got? Got a car. What else you got? Got somewhere to stay. I got food, shelter, and clothing. I got the American dream, man. What you saying? I'm straight. I'm good. I ain't worried about nobody else. As long as I'm good, I'm good. I'm straight. And I can take care of mine, me and mine, I'm good. I'm shaking and rattling. I don't need to get up with y'all. As long as I shake and rattle, it's all good. I'm taking care of mine. These are the conversations that we hear daily as those who are in the valley of decision are shaking and rattling. Now, what do we mean by valley of decision? We understand what shaking and rattling mean now. Popping off. But the valley of decision is making a decision on what you're going to do. How you're going to shake and rattle your way out of this problem, out of this situation you're in. Poverty. You're going to commit crime. Or you're going to come up with something that the country says is legal at the time. So the shaking and the rattling has decided one way or the other, and in most cases there's not much you can do right. So if you're not very creative and don't have some backup, you'll probably end up doing some type of crime. So shaking, rattling, doing crime. What is crime? Lying, stealing, and killing. And slanging, which leads to more lying, stealing, and killing. So slanging. mostly what the shakers and the rattlers do. The shakers and the rattlers usually slang. Slang what? Product, drugs. What type of drugs? Marijuana, cocaine, mollies, all that kind of good stuff. Ecstasy, whatever it is that we got to slang. In most cases, marijuana, cocaine, crack, heroin. Yeah. Slanging and banging. Slanging and gang banging. That's what we're doing. Shaking and rattling in the valley of decision. In the abyss of poverty. See what I mean by it's so interwoven, so many layers of different pieces of this disease, of this pus, this fungus, whatever this is, this filth, this nastiness that we are. Just thinking about it is mind-boggling. But going back, so shaking, rattling, slanging, and banging, getting it, doing better than you. So I'm doing good. I can't get up, so I'm staying down. Oh yeah, I know all the game. There ain't too many games you gonna put in front of me that I don't know about. Yeah, I'm not your purified preacher. In the book, in the Bible, and what is that? I can't think of it right off, but it's a passage that talks about this guy named Levi, who was he did evil things, but he was always conscious of God. He was always curious about how to make a difference, how to make a change in himself, so that he could be an example to others that were in the pit. And I'm not talking about the pulpit. I'm talking about the snake pit. So, shaking and rattling, slanging and banging. Let's do the math. Across the nation, 50 million black people. I'm going to say as many as 5 to 10 million slanging and banging. Because it's almost 20 million in poverty. So it's got to be at least 5 million jobless, slanging, and banging. Millions of black people slanging narcotics across the nation to each other. Black on black crime. What are you saying, Ramondo? I'm saying something very unique, because inside of that filth, there's always a flip side to the coin. On the filthy side is one thing. On the other side is a cleanliness. So that's why it was said that we could change our condition in less than 24 hours if we made a decision based on a single principle of doing unto others as you would have them do unto you, which means that you wouldn't rob somebody because you wouldn't want to be robbed. You wouldn't lie to somebody because you wouldn't want to be lied to. You wouldn't kill somebody because you don't want to be killed. You don't want nobody that you love killed. So look at that now. So let's consider that principle. Doing unto others as you would have be done unto you. It's a wonderful principle. That is the principle. That's the God principle that I think. I think that's the God heaven truth right there. That is the principle we need to cling on to. God is not here for us to just, well, he is, but I'm saying in a physical way where you can say, okay, there's God physically standing right here, even though you can't say that, because all of us are little gods of the ultimate total God. God is all in all. It's all, everything, even in Christianity and Islam. It's the same thing. God is the whole of the whole thing. The whole of all that's good is God. God is good. God, his word is good. It's a word of doing unto others as you would have done unto you. It's the ultimate word of love thy neighbors as you would have yet thy neighbor love you. See there? Everything is do unto others. Even if you go through all of the commandments, thou shalt not steal, because you don't want to be stolen from. Thou shalt not kill, because you don't want to be killed. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's wife, because you don't want your wife coveted. See, it's all do unto others as you would have doing unto you. So you can eliminate all the commandments and make one principle. We don't need commandments. We need one principle to stand on. A commandment seems to have a negative effect on us because we don't like to be told nothing. But when we understand something, we overstand something, and we truly get it, and we can agree on that. For instance, we know for a fact that you have to breathe to live, and we all agree that that's a good thing. See? So let's agree on something that's a good thing that we know is the truth. Everybody knows that one thing is the truth. And you can ask them the question, would you like to have done unto you as you would do unto others? Of course. Meaning that you wouldn't want nobody to rob you, right? No. Okay, so that means you ain't gonna rob nobody. See? That's it. So now don't nobody have to worry about nobody, because we know that ain't nobody gonna do anything against somebody else that they wouldn't want done unto them. Now, black folks, backing up a little bit. Slanging, banging, shaking and rattling. Lying, killing and stealing. In the abyss of poverty and crime. In the United States of America, in the belly of the beast. You are the beast. You have become the beast. You were born into a world of sin and have become a world-class sinner. You hate yourself and your family. You don't even know who your family is. You don't even know who you are. You have no more hope for your life. You don't care about your life. So that's why you kill everything that you see that looks like you. And then you complain when somebody else do it, because you look at it like an outsider can't do what I can do to my own family, like calling each other niggas. We can call each other niggas, and we understand that, but we don't want to be called niggas by the outside. But see, there's a point that we have to come to that will clarify where we're going wrong and what we need to do to fix it. For example, as many as, I'm going to say, 5 million slanging and banging in the United States of America, black folks, to make ends meet, to pay bills, to live. Even if you already got a job, a lot of folks is got the side hustle. And it might not be drugs. Sometimes it be something else, but for the most part, it's narcotics, marijuana, cocaine. Well, that's a horrible thing to have 5 million people slanging and banging. But check this out. There's a good thing inside of all that filth, that deception, that degradation. Okay, got it. There's a good thing about it. Let me tell you what it is. You've got about, just imagine now, 5 million people slanging and banging. Actually, all these people are in business to sell drugs. Actually, all of them have developed a business plan and a business model. They're all businessmen and women. They're trying to run a business. They're promoting, advertising, going to get customers, weighing their products, bagging it up, distributing it, protecting it, slanging, banging. See? They're business people. They're in business. That is a good thing. They do have the motivation to be in business for themselves. They just got a destructive product in some cases. That's not good for their community. That's destroying their community, and through slanging and banging, developing and maintaining black on black crime as a result of poverty, which is the reason for the crime. So, what am I saying? Let's clean up a little bit of this. Let's unravel some of this. Poverty equals crime. The thought of crime, stealing, lying, and killing. That crime, that criminal mind, that criminal thought process then produces a hustle or a business or the business of crime. So we are now, as a nation, 5 million deep, in the business of doing crime, slanging and banging. We're all in business now. We're in business, and that's the good part about it. We are in business, and we are businessmen and women, which means that we know how to run businesses. Many of you that get busted, everybody takes a fall, even in regular everyday business. Many of you that get busted go to penitentiary, come back and revise your businesses and get back to business. Mostly because many of you don't have a choice. Say what? I said mostly because many of you don't have a choice. Recidivism. That's what they call it. It's not recidivism. It's poverty, which breeds crime. Recidivism is after you get caught, then you have to do the same thing over again, and you end up right back in the same position, caught again. Poverty is crime. Poverty is criminal. Black people are stuck in the muck of the abyss of poverty and crime. And the only thing that they have been able to do to manage this pitiful affair is to slang and bang. And then as a result of that, everybody looks and with all of their ideas of grandeur about how if we did this and we did that, it wouldn't be like that, and it's all our fault. Well, you're wrong. Go back to the movie Trading Places. Trade places with us. Try it. See what you do. How would you get out of it? Yes, some of you gonna get out. You all are gonna let some of us out, but you can't let us all out. Meaning you can't give us all opportunity and jobs without giving up something that you don't want to give up. That's called conservatism. You want to conserve and maintain the status quo. Republicans. Not be liberal and give to the people. Democrats, so-called. So when you look at that, now I'm talking to the government, right? Okay, but when you look at that and you see how quickly everybody's involved. The poverty creates the crime. Crimes of money. Maybe 85% of the prison population. Crimes of money. Prison industrial complex. Crimes of money. Made possible by poverty in Black America. And then, along with the sale of narcotics, it makes the whole nation guilty, because we are all guilty. See, it really doesn't matter who sells the drugs. We all benefit and lose from it. Somebody buys a car, 3 or 4 of us are going to ride in it from the sale of drugs. Somebody buys a house from the sale of drugs, 3 or 4 of us are going to reside in it. Somebody sells some drugs and go and take everybody out to eat. Buy me a pair of tennis shoes and you a pair of tennis shoes. We all involved in this conspiracy. And then when we look at this conspiracy of sorts, of many layers of filth and deception, we also realize that if black folks in the abyss of poverty, crime, who have who have now gone into the business of selling drugs and have become businessmen and women, let's say that we stopped, like on the day of the Million Man March, put all that down, all of it, one day, and say, okay, I'm sitting in, I'm going to have a conversation with 5 million black drug dealers and killers. And I'm going to offer you another opportunity to get into another business that doesn't involve killing your people and creating black crime, black on black crime, brother. How many of you would decide that you don't want to do the slinging and banging anymore, that you would prefer to do something else? Because actually what I'm saying to you is this: you're all in business, slinging and banging, but you're in business. And see, what I'm saying to you is that even though you are slinging and banging with an illegal product, let's say you stopped using that product and got you another product that you could distribute. A good product. See, if you had another product, let me show you what would happen to you that you could distribute and sell, other than the product now that you slang and bang. Then you wouldn't be called a drug dealer. You would be called an entrepreneur. You'd be an entrepreneur. You're a businessman that has an idea and is able to take on the idea and make it come to fruition and bring it to life and make a life for his family. Because he's a businessman. He knows business. See, Black America, you know business. You're drug dealers. You're actually entrepreneurs. You're really not drug dealers. You're entrepreneurs that are slanging a product that's illegal, that's not good for your community. It make money, a lot of it, but it's dangerous for your community, and it destroys your community. Now, if you could replace that with another product that was good for your community, you wouldn't be a drug dealer. You'd be a what? An entrepreneur, a businessman. So let's forget about you being a drug dealer. You're not a drug dealer anymore. You are an entrepreneur. You're a businessman because you know how to conduct business. Even you that in the beginning, you all know that you can take a $5 crack rock and sell it for $10 to somebody that don't know no better. Let me take that back. You can sell a $5 crack rock to somebody that to them, it's a good deal, and they'll give you 10. And you've just made a profit. What is business? Buying and selling to make a profit. Creating the business of supply and demand. So you got a good product, you market it, you let people know about your product, and you develop a supply after creating that, along with creating that demand, and serve it to the people that are interested in your product and make a profit. Same thing with selling narcotics. Except for now you're a drug dealer and you are sought by the police so they can come in your community and shoot you down. Even innocent people that they think might be doing what you're doing, and they're not. So not only are you bringing a scourge to your community, you're also bringing danger from the police and yourself, because you slanging and banging. A businessman slanging and banging in the community, destroying it. Layers of filth. Black on black crime in America. Why the police killing unarmed black innocent people and people that are guilty of petty crimes? Slanging and banging, black on black crime, is inviting it into your neighborhoods, in your communities. You're asking for it. You want this. Conflict with the police. You think they're not coming? You think you're just gonna slang and bang and they don't come? You know they come, and that comes with the slanging and the banging. That's part of the game. Remember, that is a part of the game. The police gotta come at some point. And then later on, I'm gonna tell you a little bit more about what I think about the slanging and the banging and the supply of what you're slanging and banging. So, with all that being said, my black folks in America, just imagine if we had something else to replace the slanging and the banging. We'd have a nation of 5 million entrepreneurs. We'd be so rich. Can you imagine the money we'd be making legally? And we could sell it to the world. These products that we're talking about. If you don't believe me, I've got a product. I've invented a product. I invented a product. I could be out here selling drugs. I used to. Used them, sold them. I hated it. I felt like there was no way out. I didn't know what to do. Like many of you. And I wanted to get out. I was desperate, tired, frustrated, angry. But I had to keep doing what I was doing until I could find a way. And I kept working to find a way. And finally, God blessed me, or the intellect that he gave me blessed me with an idea. And then I got on that idea and I started working on it. And I developed it. And I looked at it and I saw it just like the drug business. Just like slanging and banging. But it wasn't slanging and banging. It was manufacturing, promoting, advertising, marketing, and distributing my own product, a legal product, a product that was beneficial to somebody, that somebody could use to do work to help somebody else get something done and save money at the same time. So it was it is a very beneficial product that helps the world instead of hurts the world. And I could sell it to the world, which means that not only can I bring money to my family and my community, but to the nation. I can create jobs as a result of this and sell this product all over the world, even bringing money back to the United States of America. I can be beneficial to the whole United States of America, and so can you. A lot of things. You're some creative people. I know that. I know you. I know you. You people can create and invent anything. Stop being lazy. Start thinking again. Start putting your ideas down. As a matter of fact, I got something for you coming up real soon in the future that's going to help you to develop and make real businesses from your ideas. And that's going to be coming really soon. And it's going to make a lot of people a lot of money from their own ideas, from inside themselves, their own creativity, because you are creators. We are all creators. We are all creative. We all can come up. If you think of all the things, all the products that are in the world, these are products that you take them all for granted. But when you look at them, it came from somebody's mind. And when they made that product, they had you in mind. Because when they made something that would help people, and help, see, remember, they love themselves, so they help themselves. So if they help themselves, they would help you, because it would be beneficial to you as well as to themselves. So see, we have a world full of creators, and we have 5 million entrepreneurs that sell drugs right now that have a bunch of ideas, don't y'all? And you want to do something with it. You want to do something more than sell drugs. You want to get your own ideas out here. You already know the business. You know how to market. You know how to sell. You know how to package. You know how to distribute. You know how to do all this thing. You got it now. You got the basics. You sold drugs, you sold narcotics, you know how to do this. You've even secured it with the banging. You were slanging and banging. So you know how it goes. So now all you got to do is just replace it with something not just legal, because cigarettes ain't good for the community, alcohol ain't good for the community. And I'm not saying that we should eliminate these things completely off the planet, it'd probably be a good thing because I know many corporations, would hate that. But and I'm not going to say that from time to time. I don't like to go out and have a little drinky drink. But I can tell you this: I don't want to be an alcoholic. I don't want to be an addict. I don't mind doing what I want to do, but I don't want to be addicted to nothing, not even food. Well, what I'm saying to you is that you have a tremendous opportunity that you don't even see. It's within yourself. You have a magnificence about yourself. You don't have to sell drugs. You can sell something else. You can develop something else, and you can sell something else that comes out of your own brain and from your heart. And there's going to come a point real soon that I'll be able to help you make that happen. I have learned the manufacturing process. I have learned how to take an idea and bring it to market, bring it to reality, something so that you can touch it. You can put your hands on it and say, hey, this is something that I invented, something that I created myself with my own hands. I made this happen with my hands. And you'll get a great sensation from just doing that. And then, you know, uh, being a benefit to the world and then making money on top of that. Lots of it. Legal. Take care of your family. Do unto others as you would have done unto you. We got a lot more to talk about here, but we getting down into it, and we getting down and dirty, and we're gonna figure out how to make this thing make all the sense in the world very soon, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm gonna get back to you with the conversation on my next broadcast and segment. So until then, y'all think about everything that I've been talking about, and get ready to respond because real soon I'm gonna be taking calls. Thank you very much.